Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of the Duo Group Iron Man. In the last video, I became a champion. I finished up in the last video getting the last 4 scrolls that I didn't have, and I now have this section of the collection log all greened out with a beautiful cape to show for it. My duo teammate is currently, as I'm recording this, still playing the league, so I was trying to come up with a solo activity to do in the meantime, and I was like, Zulrah sounds fun, maybe I should do Zulrah. But then I just remembered, I was like, wait, I had a dream a couple nights ago that I got a shadow, so maybe I should do TOA. That sounds fun too, so let's do that. Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay, I know in this video it looks like I just went to TOA and got a purple today. It has been so long since I've gotten a purple, both in real time and in terms of KC. Before I open this, I have to see what my last purple was, or when my last purple was. My last purple was January 17th, 2024. And since then, I stopped grinding out TOA, and I've just been doing it throughout a lot of the videos over the past year, and I haven't gotten a single purple since then. This last purple, as you can see in the chat, that was at 316 KC. Fast forward to today, I'm now at 439 KC for my next purple. It's been 123 raids since getting one. For reference, to get a purple with the raid levels I've been doing, it's about 1 in 20 to 1 in 21, which means I'm now at about 6 times the drop rate. I was genuinely starting to think that something was broken, but you know, dry streaks happen sometimes. Sorry, I know I'm kind of milking it right now, but I just want to savor it because I've gotten so used to TOA just disappointing me over and over and over again. But alright, let's just open it. It's 1 in 12 for Missouri top and 1 in 12 for Missouri bottom. So let's hopefully see one of those two, but probably not. Okay. Another Fang to the collection. Is that the 9th? I think it's number 9. Yeah, the 9th Fang. And that is also the 19th purple. Overall, in my KCs with the invos I've been doing, I should have expected 24 purples. So overall, I am still a little bit unlucky. 5 purples unlucky. But I do have the pet, so there's that. Now, real quick, before we go in for more, as you all know, I've barely been playing RuneScape lately, and that's because I've been so busy playing the sponsor of today's video, Hero Wars. Hero Wars may look like a simple game from the outside, but let me show you why it has a lot more depth to it than meets the eye. The game has you collecting a bunch of heroes, but they have different synergies with one another, and a key strategy is figuring out who works best together and building the perfect team for every scenario. Some heroes are great against tanks while others counter mages, and so on. Building the perfect team is truly an art. Another big part of the game is upgrading your heroes and managing your resources wisely while considering enemy weaknesses. That's why Hero Wars isn't just like any other clicker game, it's a game for those who love to think. There's a brand new hero, Peach, with a dark and mysterious past. You'll be able to embark on a 4-week adventure to uncover the new hero's story and get an exclusive opportunity to be the first to unlock and upgrade the new Guardian. It's available from February 16th exclusively for Hero Wars Alliance players, so download Hero Wars for free by using my link in the description or by scanning the QR code on screen. And thank you to Hero Wars for sponsoring the video. This will be my last raid of the session because, well, it's going to be the back-to-back, and it's also a nice clean 10 raids done today, and it's also a nice clean 440 KC. No back-to-back, of course. But it was cool to see a purple today for the first time in a year. Going for champion scrolls has been my AFK activity for a while, but since I finished that up in the last video and got the Champion's Cape, I now need a new go-to AFK thing. I mean, I have a few things already, but I want to add a new AFK activity into my repertoire of AFK activities to choose from. And the new activity is going to be Barbarian Fishing. I spent a long time fishing Karambwans when I was going for the fishing pet, And ever since I got it, I haven't really gone back to doing any fishing again, besides a bit of Temperos. But I mean, I haven't done any AFK fishing since getting the pet at least. Once my inventory is full, I have my shift click on the Maxscape set to the crafting guild, and I can deposit it all into the deposit box here. One of the downsides, though, of adding this new AFK activity into my list of AFK activities is that it adds 3 new bank slots being taken up by the 3 different kinds of fish. But bank space is a problem for future me to worry about. And then for now, at least, I have my left click set to Otto's Grotto. I don't like having the left click on the equipped Maxscape set to a teleport because it messes me up a lot of the time. If I forget to switch it back, I end up teleporting when I don't mean to teleport, when I'm just trying to unequip it. But I'll try to remember after every barbarian fishing session to swap it back to unequip. I'm currently at about 42.1 mil fishing XP, by the way. And so the reason why I'm saving the fish, well, first off, I like having big stacks of things in the bank, but also because they can eventually be converted into herblore XP. You do have to manually cut them yourself, I believe. I'm hoping in the future they'll add an option to the guy in Nardot to be able to cut them for you, and then you could use them to make the barbarian mixes and extract herblore XP from them, which I don't even know if that's still considered the meta because of mixology existing in the game now. Maybe if you're multi-skilling with it. But anyways, I'm gonna get to AFKing now. Here's about 1 hour of barbarian fishing. Got about 60k fishing XP per hour, which is a lot better than fishing Karambwans in terms of the fishing XP. I got like 35k XP per hour at Karambwans. And also I'm getting like 5k agility and 5k strength XP here. Although I'm not banking the 130k cooking XP per hour like I did at Karambwans. It's like 900 fish per hour though. Maybe an important thing to know for the future if I ever want to look back and see how long I've done this method for. I had a little bit of time to raid today, so I did 2 more raids for no purple. I am still fishing. I've been here for a little bit of time now, and there is a virtual level of 111 fishing. So this is kind of funny. I wasn't originally planning on playing the league on my GIM, but the urge kind of struck and I ended up playing just for a couple days. When I played on my main, I wasn't rushing anything. I took my time, I was making daily videos, and I tried to thoughtfully plan out my route because I was AFKing the GIM on the side that whole time, so it never felt like I was losing any time from my main series in a way. Or I guess you could call my GIM my main since that's the account I care about the most, and my normie account is kind of more like my alt. But yeah, now that I decided to play the league on my GIM, at first I was like, okay, I'll play for a couple hours because the points are so fast in the early game. It's like a lower opportunity cost in a way because of the super fast points per hour. It's not until a lot later on that the points per hour really slows down. But after a couple hours, I was like, there's still so many fast, easy tasks and easy points to get. I'm gonna play a couple more hours. And of course, from there, a couple more hours turned into the whole day. And then one day turned into 2 days. And I don't know, it was a very different vibe playing without recording my progress. I mean, all I recorded was the milestones of unlocking relics and masteries and stuff like that, which is pretty much nothing compared to my daily videos where I recorded every task and my thought process for everything I did. So even though I was rushing points as fast as I could, it was weirdly way more relaxing than my full series playthrough. In my league series, I would very commonly stand around for 30 minutes or an hour plus doing nothing in game sometimes, as I would explain the relics or explain why I'm picking what I'm picking or doing what I'm doing and editing that in, along with coming up with a theme for the video and making daily thumbnails. And there was so much that went along with that whole series. And it's so funny, this time I didn't even think or plan my areas or relics or anything. I took about 10 seconds max to decide what sounded good in the moment and just picked and went with that without thinking twice about it. It was really interesting playing with this kind of different perspective though, because the way the progression is with the relics and the masteries, I felt like I really wanted to keep playing just to get the next thing unlocked. And by the time I got the next thing unlocked and got to try it out for a bit, I was then getting close to getting the next thing unlocked. And it kept me wanting to play more and more just to get that one next thing and try out that next thing. It's another day after recording all that voiceover for leagues, and 2 days has now turned into 3 days. And I feel like this could just keep going on for a while, and I need to set some kind of definite endpoint. This ended up being a melee-focused account for the combat masteries, so I did my melee fire cape, I got that, and that put me at about 7k league points. So I checked the league rank thresholds, and steel rank for the steel trophy is at 10k points, while mithril is all the way up at 20k. So I'm thinking from here, the best use of my time is going to be to get to 10k points and then call it there. So that is going to be the plan. Getting the fire cape got me my 6th mastery point, which was the final point for melee. So I was able to realize my full potential as a meleeer just in time for me to be done with the league. It also opened up the inner city of Mor Ulrek, which gave me access to a lot of pretty quick points. And then I got my tier 6 relic unlocked on the road to 10k. We are back to the live commentary. Because this is the final thing I'm going to have to do for the league. I'm going to use this XP lamp on Hunter, which will get me to base level 40s. And then let me make a few of these. And there's 99 fletching, which puts me at 10k points. I am now at steel rank. And we're like, well, or I'm like 3 days into playing the league. Or like 2.5 full days worth of playing the league. For some reason, the only way to check your league's playtime is with Hans. This account age thing, this is how long it's been since you first logged into the league. It's not your in-game playtime though, it's the total time since you first logged in. Hans tracks your time across all leagues, and luckily I did check with Hans right at the start when I first hopped in. I was at 15 days, 7 hours of playtime, and I'm now at 16 days and 8 hours of playtime, so it's been about 25 hours of in-game time I've spent in the league this time around on this account, although probably like maybe 3+ hours of that was completely AFK because of like doing the prayer method with Golden God. You just walk away from the computer for 25 minutes, so I would set that up every time before we leave the house. But with the steel rank now acquired, you can see right here, I think I've made the most use out of my time that I think is worthwhile playing in the league. So with that, I will log out of the Raging Echoes League for the last time. We'll go back to the main game. And I have been logging into the main game quite a bit to do my birdhouse and seaweed runs and to AFK some fishing and woodcutting here and there. Look, I know this is a GIM progress video and not a league's progress video, but the progress I made was on the GIM. I basically just condensed 20+ hours of time into 4 minutes, which, I mean, it's pretty typical for the GIM series. Usually 20 hours of progress would kind of end up being more than 4 minutes of time in the GIM video, so I like mega condensed it for you. And this progress will affect the main game because I'll be able to buy cosmetics eventually if I ever do that. I don't know if I will. Maybe we'll see after the reward shop opens up next week. What's the plan now for this video? Well, I mentioned Zulrah at the start of the video, and it's been on my mind ever since, and it has been a long time since I've done Zulrah. So I don't think I have that many Zulrah. Let me see how many Zulrah scales I have right now. 81k scales. That means I am dangerously low because it is not a white stack. Actually, it's even less because I gotta charge up the Serp Helm. So I actually have about 78, 79k Zulrah scales. The last time I did Zulrah, I stopped at about 3,500 KC. And I thought of a good goal for this video, which may or may not be in the title/thumbnail. I was thinking I could go for either 4,000 Zulrah KC or the pet, whichever comes first. And the reason why I think 4,000 is a good number is because 1 in 4k is the drop rate for the pet. So that's gonna be about 500 kills for this video, unless I get lucky with the pet. But even if I do get lucky with the pet, I might keep going because of the mutagens too. And I really enjoy doing Zulrah. It's nice and chill. And since the last time I've done Zulrah, the only difference in gear, or the only upgrade I've made since who knows how long ago it's been. Actually, wait, let me check. Last time I did Zulrah was March 23rd, 2024. So that was almost a year ago. Anyways, the only gear upgrade I've made since then is I now have the quiver, and along with the quiver, that means I can also now have the blessing at the same time for a little bit of extra prayer bonus. I forgot to change my spell book, of course. It's pretty typical for the first kill. But here's the first kill of the video. Imagine if I got the pet right there. Would have been like, all right, let's pack it up, video's over, we got the pet, time to move on. Right after I started Zulrah for today, or for this video, my buddy was like, want a Tob? And I was like, yeah. So we end up doing 5-man TOBs. I've mainly only done 4-mans, but let me tell you, doing 5-mans with 4 scythes was insanely fast.
Wait, do you have a blessed quiver? Wait, what did you do for your fucking shards?
There's no... I used the Din's Bulwark spec.
Oh! Wait, what? No, no! Oh, do you farm level 1, wave 1? Oh, no! Oh, my God.
I'm dead, I'm dead.
Good.
He lived.
It's because he said I'm dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a cameraman, essentially.
We're gonna kill it either way.
Oh, yeah.
I just tank it every time.
That's what you meant by top? I thought you meant, like, all the way north.
Well, it was the most north one, too.
No, it was the... Okay. I guess you're right.
It's fine, it's fine. Alright, good luck. Oh! Wait, it's
Yeah,
It is!
No way! No way, bro!
Oh, I got purple?
Yeah, bro!
No way!
Get the scythe, bro. That would be hilarious.
Oh, this is my second ever purple.
Cool.
Anything but Justy. Anything but Justy's good.
Or Betty.
Good luck, good luck.
Oh!
That's
No,
no
no way!
That's an
Dude,
upgrade.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Holy
Getting the enhanced trident. Hell yeah. Dude, that's sick.
Where's my league points
This
at?
changes everything.
It does, yeah.
Set them on.
That's crazy.
I pay up.
I gotta go.
Yeah. That's actually insane, bro.
That's
My second
Age
purple at 172 KC.
That's such a good one too.
That is
Like
nice.
Vernic and Sang are the best two, besides Scythe, obviously. And you have blades, so you don't need rapier.
Dude, that's not only like well deserved in terms of KC, but also the fact there was like a P2 Death Cage purple is so good with like 4 Cyphers.
He's gonna have to put that in the video.
Okay, no.
Good luck.
Any
Ooh,
back to
PB.
backs? Yeah, double PB.
I should
for
got a
me, too.
PB.
Surely the
Nice.
back-to-back.
Luck? No.
Dude, that was so fast.
We need to die more for the purples, holy shit. That was
To
fast.
die at P2 for the purples.
Goals.
To DPS the boss.
Mine.
No one's. Very end.
Ooh,
Oh,
new
another PB.
PB.
Nice.
For me and Sam. And nothing. I'll open inside this time.
Yeah.
Last
You can
one.
get the
Any
pet chances to say.
pets? For sure, Kip and Crab are the only
Any
one.
I need a
pets?
third pet.
Well, good morning. It is a fresh new day, and I can't believe I got a purple from TOB yesterday. I'm so glad that I decided spur of the moment to go and join them and do some raids. So I got the Sang, and that is an upgrade over the Trident I had before. Let me finish this birdhouse run, and we'll go over the differences between the two. The Trident of the Swamp and the Sanguinesti staff have almost identical stats, only the Sang doesn't have the negative range accuracy, but I'm not quite sure how you'd be able to range with the staff equipped anyways. They're also both 4-tick attack speeds, and they both have the same attack distance, so what makes the Sang better? Just like the Trident, the Sang is also a powered staff with a built-in attack that you have to charge up, but the Trident of the Swamp's base max hit is 33, while the Sang's base max hit is 34. The passive effect is where the main difference comes in though. The Trident of the Swamp can venom the enemy, whereas the Sang can heal you. I feel like the Trident's venom effect hasn't really made any notable difference for PVM scenarios for me, whereas healing in PVM scenarios could help me a lot. The way the healing supposedly works is that successful hits have a 1/6 chance to heal you, and it restores your HP by half the damage of that hit. But I've also heard people say that the Sang never heals you when you need it, only when you don't need it, so hopefully my Sang isn't a lemon. For the Trident, 1 charge is 1 Death Rune, 1 Chaos Rune, 5 Fire Runes, and 1 Zulrah scale. Whereas with the Sang, 1 charge is 3 Blood Runes. And as you can see, I kind of have a lot of Blood Runes. This is my first weapon, I think, that uses Blood Runes. I really only use these for, I guess, Blood Barrage, really. I have over 300k. I just went through a bunch of them, actually, when I was going for the Zombie Champion Scroll. But let's charge up the Sang fully. It's 20k charges, which means it is 60k Blood Runes to fully charge it up. And you can freely uncharge it anytime. There's no kind of penalty for doing so, which makes it very easy to trade back and forth between the GIM team. For reference on how long 20k charges will last, if you were constantly firing with the Sang, you'd go through 1500 casts per hour or 4500 Blood Runes per hour. And that means it would last a bit over 13 hours of constant firing. As for where you would want to use the Sang, you'd use it for pretty much anywhere you would use the Trident, and as you can see by the list on the wiki, that's a lot of places. But for places where the healing effect is specifically notable, there's a list right here. Kraken, Chambers, Dagonoth Rex, Zulrah, Nightmare, Whisper, TOA. I'm sure there's even more places where the healing effect is really nice, but this is a quick little list to give you some examples. I'm starting to realize the irony of this being a Zulrah video and me talking about how I'm low on scales, and then getting an upgraded weapon that makes it so I don't have to use the trident anymore. And the trident is kind of where I used most of my Zulrah skills, and now I don't really have to use as many Zulrah skills because of the weapon I got from the Zulrah video that was not from Zulrah. But this is my first time ever having a saying, ever holding one, ever on any account, so that's pretty cool. I'm pretty hyped for that. But okay, yeah, I've pretty much just started Zulrah for this video. I've done like 3 kills in this video, so let's get back to Zulrah and go for the 4K KC goal, or pet, whichever comes first. Besides going for the pet, another reason why I wanted to do Zulrah is because it's easy for me to stream, and I haven't streamed since like at least a month before the league started, so it's probably been like 3 months at least since I've streamed. You may have noticed there haven't been any facecam clips for any GIM videos recently, and that's the reason why. I haven't had to pull any stream clips for my videos. But yeah, I figured Zulrah would be a nice way to ease back into the streaming, and I don't know, it's super fun and chill vibes. I forgot to record the 3600, but you gotta believe me, I hit 3600 at some point. There's evidence right there. The first unique of this video and the stream and the day is an onyx. How many onyxes am I at now? I'm gonna get 16? Is it 16? 16! The uncut onyx is not unique to Zulrah. There are other places in the game you can get it as a drop, and it will still show up in the Zulrah collection log. But I got all of these from Zulrah. It's not like weirdly skewed higher because of all the places you can get it. All 16 of these, as you can see in the loot tracker, they all came from Zulrah. Even though it's the same drop rate as the other Zulrah uniques, I got so many more for some reason. Hey, another unique. There's a Cert Visage. Number 6. There's a Master Combat achievement called Perfect Zulrah. That's one of those that I'm just not going to passively get done. I mean, clearly I'm 3600 KC without it, and I realized long ago that I would someday have to be proactive about this if I wanted to get this one done, and today is the day. Taking no damage from the Venom Clouds or from the range/melee phase is easy. It's just knowing where to stand and what to pray. It's the snakelings that's the annoying part, since usually you don't even think about them, you just let the recoil take care of them. Snakelings use either mage or melee, and they have separate NPC IDs, so you could highlight them differently within RuneLite to know which is which, but personally I didn't really feel like doing it. After doing so much Zulrah, I always know when the snakelings are about to spawn, so I switched to the blowpipe right as they're spawning, and they only have 1 HP, so you should always one-shot them. I also pray mage when the snakelings spawn, because the mage ones can start attacking you from a distance pretty much right away, whereas the melee ones won't be attacking you right away since they have to go up close to you. It could take a couple ticks before they reach you, so I prioritize praying mage. The wiki says that the green rotation is the easiest to get the combat achievement, but I wasn't specifically resetting for the green rotation or for any specific rotation because I'm going for a bunch of KC anyways. So whatever rotation I got, I would attempt to do the combat achievement throughout the kill, at least until if/when I would get the notification that I failed it. And in this clip, this was during one of the red rotations. This took about 15 kills to get, and I got really close a few times before this attempt. Probably could have got sooner if I brought a mage switch, but I wasn't in a rush to get this done. That's gotta be it, that's gotta be it, that's gotta be it. Yes! Perfect Zulrah. Glad to have that done. Big milestone, 3700 KC. Oh, a Tansfang with an elite clue. Cool. Tansfang number 11. I got a cool trick I'm gonna do with this tea. I'm gonna just set it outside my door, and I bet later today we'll check back and it's gonna be full of hot tea. Just a little trick. I know a similar trick too that works with the group Iron Man storage. That turns grimy herbs into unfinished potions. It's been a while, you should probably check to see if any tea appeared. Oh, you're right. Let's see if the tea's there now. Oh my gosh. Through the power of not editing whatsoever, it just appeared there. How does this happen? Imagining someone who's like 2.2k total level being like, why would you get 200 mil in a skill? Didn't you beat the game already? And it's funny to me, it's like, guy who spent 3,000 hours telling the guy who spent 6,000 hours, why do you spend so much time playing this game? Another KC milestone, that is 3,800. This wasn't a very big harvest of seaweed, but let's check the bank. It might put me At a nice milestone. Let's see. Yes, that's it. 100k giant seaweed. The white stack has been achieved. Ginger tofu and rice and peas. Ooh. Miso ginger? I know you are. Fuck, that's like the best joke I've had in a long time. That is 3,900 Zulrah KC. Onto the final stretch now to 4k. There's a drop thing today, Serp Visage. Number 7. Hey, another Serp Visage. Just before bed. This is it, the final kill of the video, number 4,000. Without the pet. Here's the loot tracker from 4,000 KC. Well, a few of the kills weren't tracked, but it's close enough. So if you want to pause and take a look, I'll hover over the herbs. Scroll down a little bit so you can see the clues and stuff. Oh, and the seeds too. Yeah. I probably average like 20 kills per hour at Zulrah. So in this video, I spent like 25 hours. If you include all the KC I've ever done on this account, I guess it's like 200 hours at Zulrah. Although earlier on in the account, I was getting a lot less kills per hour. So it's probably longer than that even. Here's one final look at my collection log at 4,000 KC. Now let's take a look at what my scale stack is looking like. I got like 180k, but I do want to top up the Serp Helm. So it's like, okay, well, that's not too much. It's still about 180k, 177k scales left over. Those have gone up in value a lot recently from what I was told in stream, because I don't usually follow the values of items as an Iron Man type of account, but apparently these went up a lot recently. It's almost 45 mil worth. I also want to take a look at the unofficial high scores on Temple OSRS. For duo GIMs as an individual player, I am now rank 1 for Zulrah KC. I was rank 1 before, but I'm still rank 1 now. Here are some of the more notable stuff I got in this video, or at least some of the milestones or total amounts of things I reached in this video. I started doing barb fishing in this video, so let's see how much fishing XP I gained, because that was like the majority of my AFK time. I gained almost 2 mil fishing XP in this video, and of course along with that you get the agility XP with barb fishing. I also got 174k agility XP. I did a little bit of woodcutting as well. I don't think it was that much though. 400k. Looks like this video had close to 4 days of playtime. I don't think this includes the time spent in the league though, so I mean just in the main game alone I think that was close to 100 hours plus the extra 20 plus hours from the league. But with all that said, if you want to keep me company when I do stream, it is twitch.tv/wild_mudkip. And I'm also going to have my duo teammate Spookdog's most recent GIM video linked below in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that you have a great day, and I will see you again next time.